Hello everyone. Today I'm going to solve some further sums based on the quadrant rule. In the last class we had solved some problems based on degrees, isn't it? So today I'm going to solve some of the trigonometric ratios, values of some trigonometric ratios involving radian measure, okay, or circular measure. So here you have the first sum. It says cot 11 pi by 4. So many of you may find a little difficulty in solving these sums using the radian measure. So what I suggest is, it's okay if you want to convert it to degrees and then again do the sum. Okay, so what we can do is, ultimately you just have to find the value of this particular trigonometric function. So if you want to convert this radian measure to degrees or the sexagesimal system, so it's okay, that won't be a problem. So I will do the same here as well. Okay, so 11 pi by 4. So how to convert 11 pi by 4 to degrees? To convert radians to degrees, you need to multiply by 180 by pi, isn't it? So the pi and the pi gets cancelled, then 2 and a 90, and then 2 and a 45. So you just have to multiply this. So use your scientific calculator and multiply this, everyone. What do you get? 11 into 45, you are getting 495. So that would be cot of 495. Got it? Now it's quite easy to solve. So how would you do it? Cot, so now convert this to multiples of 90. So 495 divided by 90, which would be the closest one, 5. So 9 into 5 into 90 plus 45 degree, isn't it? Because 5 into 90 is 5 into 90 would give me 5 into 90 would give me 450 degree. If you add a 45 degree, you are going to get 495 degree, correct? So now which quadrant does it fall in? So let's make the quadrant here. So add sugar to coffee, you know it. So it's 590. So 1's 90, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. So it will reach here. So plus 45 would mean it is in the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant cot is negative. So negative, and then this is odd, cot will change to 10, and then the leftover, that's 45 degrees. So what would be the answer for this sum? Minus 1, because tan 45 degree is 1. I suppose you have understood. First convert to multiples of 90, then check the sign, then check the odd even rule, and then just write the acute angle. So that is how you would do this sum. It is same as the ones that I have done earlier. Okay, so the next one I would solve would be sec 23 pi by 4. Again the same thing. So what would I prefer here? I'll convert 23 pi by 4 to, you may say, degrees. So that will be 180 by pi, isn't it? So cancel this off, and then you'll get 2 and a 90, and then you know it, you'll get a 45. So 23 into 45. Use your calculator. What do you get? 1035. So I'm getting sec 1035. By the way, there is a minus sign here. Okay, and everyone knows, first I have to see the minus sign now. Sec of negative theta, everyone knows what is sec of minus theta. It will only be sec theta, isn't it? Why? Because sec absorbs the sign cos and sec, you know it. So sorry, instead of theta I will have to write 1035. The reason you can write it here, since sec of minus theta is actually equals to sec theta, isn't it? The minus gets absorbed. Okay, so next now I have I need to convert this to multiples of 90. So 1035 converted to multiples of 90. What would be the closest one? Do it. If you convert it to multiples of 90, you are going to get sec of 11 into 90. That would be the closest one that I'll do, plus of something else. So 11 into 90, if you do, you are going to get 990. What should I add to make it 1035? 45 degree again, isn't it? So that gives me 1035. So plus 45 degrees. So that gives me now sec, sorry, not sec, I have to check the sign now. 11 means which quadrant? Let's check. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and 11 means it reaches here. Plus 45 means in the fourth quadrant. So in the fourth quadrant, sec is add sugar to coffee, add sugar to coffee. Coffee means cos and sec, they are positive, so plus. Again I repeat how. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11, it reaches here, plus something, 45. That means it go to the fourth quadrant, isn't it? So plus, and 11 sec will change to cosec, and finally you have 45 degree. Got it? So what is the value of cosec 45 degree? You know the value of sine 45 is 1 by root 2. So cosec 45 will be root 2. So that would be the answer for sec minus 23 by pi. You can easily convert to degrees and do it. I suppose this is quite easy one. So have you understood this? The second one, prove that sec minus 1500 degree into sine 390 degree equals to 1. So let's start from the LHS, the left hand side. So I have sec of minus 1500 degree and sine of 390 degree. Okay, so what I need to do first, check for the negative sign. Yes, so sec minus 1500 will be sec 1500 degree, and there is no minus in sine, so it will remain 390 degree. The reason very simple, because a sec of minus theta will become sec theta. Sec absorbs the sine, correct? Okay, now let's convert this to multiples of 90. Sec 1500, closest multiple of 90. If you divide it by 90, what do you get? We have done 1500 yesterday as well, so 16. So 16 times 90, isn't it? So 16 times 90 plus. So how much would be, how much extra do you have to add if you multiply 90 by 16? That's 1440. 16 times 90 means 1440, by the way. 16 into 90 if you do using a calculator. Plus what should I add to make it 1500? 60, isn't it? So plus of 60 extra. I've done that. Same thing here. Sine, that's quite easy. That would be 4 into 90. That's 360 plus of 30 extra. Correct? Okay. So now let's apply the quadrant rule. Let me make a small quadrant here and let me do it in different colors. So I'll do green. With green, I'll do for sec 16. 16 means, you know, 1, 1, 4, everything reaches here. So that's 4. One round is 4, another round is 8, and 16 will ultimately come here. Plus 60 means in the fourth quadrant, isn't it? So that will reach in the fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant means 16 times. So let's see one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Likewise, 16 will come here. And then plus 60 means in the first quadrant, not fourth, sorry, first quadrant, isn't it? So in first quadrant, everything is positive. So sec will also become positive. First I'll write the sign, and because it is even, sec will remain sec and 60 degree, correct? Into next one, sine. Now 4 into 90 means it reaches here, plus 30 again in first quadrant. First quadrant sine is also positive, and because it is even, sine will remain sine and then 30 degree, correct? So ultimately what do you get? Sec of 60 will be opposite of cos 60. What is a cos of 60? Cos of 60 is half, isn't it? So if cos 60 is half, sec 60 will be 2. Multiplied by sine 30 is half. So cancel it out and the answer is 1, which is equals to RHS, isn't it? So hence proved. So check it out. This is what I had to prove. Quite simple. Okay, here I have the third one. It says prove that sine 232 plus sine 412 plus sine 326 plus sine 34 equals to 0. So see, the right hand side is 0. 0 would mean everything should cancel each other here. Are you getting the point? So think something like that. So let's try it out. What do I get here? Sine 232. What can I write as sine? Closest multiple is 2 into 90. That's 180. 180 plus 52 degree. Can I do that? Yes. That makes sense because 180 plus 52 is 232. Plus, what about this one? Sine. Look carefully. Sine now. Okay. 412, isn't it? 412. The closest multiple will be 4 times. 4 into 90, 360. Plus 52 again, isn't it? Okay, that's correct. Then comes plus 326. A sine. Now here this is interesting. Actually the closest one is 270, but I will try to use 4 into 90 minus, so 360 minus of okay, that's 324. Okay, 34. Check this out. 360 minus 34 should give me 326 plus sine 34. Now you may wonder, this is the left hand side, by the way. Okay, now you may think, why did not I use here instead of this? Why did not I use the other option would be 3 into 90, that's 270 plus of 56 degree. Why did not I use this? This is very interesting. Okay, you know why? Actually it's okay if you're going to use that also, but I want to make everything even here, everything even, because when I make everything even, everything will convert itself to sine, and it's easier to cancel that way. Everything will become sine. If one of them gets converted to cos, then again I have to convert back cos to sine, so that will be a lengthy process. Okay, so that's why everything I maintain even multiples. Try to do this, especially in this type of sums, whenever you have to prove 0. Okay, so here, so let's check. That's let's make a quadrant here, small quadrant. So 2 into 90 plus 52 means 180 plus 52. That's in the third quadrant, isn't it? 190, 290 plus 52 here. The third quadrant sign is add sugar 2. Negative, so minus, because of even, sign will remain sine, and 52 degree, plus the second one, 4 into 90. That's the full one round, plus 52 is in the first quadrant. So the sign is plus, and the sign will remain sine and 52 degree, correct? Plus next one round minus 34 means in the fourth quadrant, because 4 times means 1 full round, and minus 34. So that's in the fourth quadrant. Sign is a negative, isn't it? Negative, and sine and 34 degree, and finally plus sine 34 degree is the leftover there. Okay, let's simplify, cancel. So that will be minus sine 34 plus sine 34 left over, and this will also cancel itself, and the answer is 0, which is equals to RHS, the right hand side. Okay, what if you had used this one? If we had used this one, then instead of becoming sine okay, let me show you. Instead of becoming sine 34, it would have become cos, that's in the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, sign is negative, so minus cos 56 degree plus sine 34 degrees, and that would be the leftover. Got it, everyone? Yes. So the first two would automatically cancel. This would be the leftover, and you may have a little confusion here. How will they cancel and become 0? Actually, this will also cancel, because cos 56 is actually equals to cos 90 minus 34, complementary angle, and then I can say that's equals to minus sine 34 degrees. So this way also you would have got the same answer. These two would cancel, and still the answer would be 0. Got it? Even if you follow this particular method here. So both ways I have shown it here. You just have to be clever and do the appropriate one to make it shorter. Okay, here I have the fourth and the final one for today. So it says, prove that cos square pi by 8 plus cos square 3 pi by 8 plus cos square 5 pi by 8 plus cos square 7 pi by 8 should be equals to 2. So let's start from the left hand side. Before I proceed to this sum, you know, many of you will have some problem handling the radian measure. So what I'll do, I'll convert the radian measure to degrees right in the beginning. So first I'll just do pi by 8. What will be pi by 8? It will be 180 divided by pi. So that should give me, you use your calculator, divided by 8, should give 22.5 degrees. So that's cos square 22.5 degree. I've already converted it to degrees, correct? Plus cos square. Now what is 3 into 22.5? Just to multiply by 3, isn't it? So because 3 into pi by 8, so that will be 67.5 degree, plus similarly multiply 22.5 by 5, and just see what do you get. You'll get 112.5 degree. Sorry, cos square 112.5 degree, and the last one, finally 7 pi by 8. You just have to multiply by 7 to 22.5, and then you are getting 157.5 degree. 0.5 degree. Okay, so again I repeat, how did I do? I just converted the pi by 8 and then just multiplied by 3, 5 and 7 to convert the rest. Okay, so because this way in degrees it will be more easier. I know you'll be more comfortable in handling this. Okay, so this is an acute angle. We don't need to convert it. Let's keep it cos square 22.5 degree. That's quite okay. And this is a 67.5 degree. That's also an acute angle. So let's keep it cos square 67.5 degree. Now in order to make this 2, and because since there is a square, I think there has to be something to do with trigonometric identities. Do you know the identities? It says the identity is, let me write it down here, sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. I can make it 1 only if there is a sine square theta to partner up with cos square theta. I have a cos square theta, but I need a sine square theta, isn't it? So that means if I have cos square 22 degree, I somehow need sine square 22 degree. Got it? So let's do that. So from here, I'll try to create sine square 22 degree. To convert cos to sine, I need odd multiple. Okay, so let's do something like this. Cos square, check this out. Okay, even if there is a square, it doesn't matter, the quadrant rule will remain the same. Cos square, I don't want to use the even multiple, I want to use the odd multiple. So I'll use 1 into 90 plus 22.5 degree, isn't it? 90 plus 22.5 will give you 112.5 degree, correct? The second one also I'll use the odd multiple because I want to convert to sine. So it will be 1 into 90 plus 67.5 degree. Correct, everyone? Yes. So I think both will work. So that way I'll get cos square 22.5 degree. That's already acute. Cos square 67.5 degree. This is also already acute. And then here, because this is in the second quadrant, check this out. 90 plus 22.5 degrees in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, cos is, what is the sign? Cos is negative. But because there is a square, even the negative becomes positive. How? I'll show you. It is negative actually, but it's cos, it's negative. And then there is a 1 here, it will change to sine and then 22.5 degree. But remember, there's a square outside. That's why, because of the square, the minus sign changes to plus ultimately. Did you understand? I'll do the same here also. So it will be in the second quadrant again minus sine 67.5 degree. Correct, everyone? And there's a square. Okay, actually I should have written this square like this. Check this out. This square could have been written outside here like this square. But it's okay, even okay if you write here like this, correct? Okay, so now finally I get cos square 22.5 degree plus cos square 67.5 degree plus sine square 22.5 degree plus sine square 67.5 degree. Now see, these are perfect pairs. Which ones? Cos with sine and cos with sine. So that's 1 plus 1 and the ultimate answer is 2. That's equals to RHS. Hence proved. Got it?